Good morning and happy Saturday. I am in Alabama at my best friend's. We're doing some fun things today. Anyway, I wanted to come on here. I already have my hack on. I'll accept my blush and I'll do that in a minute. I do that last. So I just wanted to show you I've got my contour here, 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 here. What that does is that lifts everything. It gives you that three-dimensional look, and I also have it on my nose already. So I wanted to show y'all. It only took like 40 seconds to even put that on. You just do your finger and you paint it on. I'm using the buff brush. I love the buff brush, but I also love the powder brush. Love it too. But to apply my makeup, I want a little bit heavier coverage than just a fluffier brush. So I'm using this brush because it's a little bit more dense, and I'm just tapping and stippling that all the way in here where I would normally put my foundation. So somebody asked me the other day, do I need the brushes? The brushes, I think, are one of the main things that, hang on a second, yeah. The brushes, because I got to get my makeup mirror so I can see, are one of the main things that help with this application to make sure everything is blended. Your whole point is to get your colors right and to blend. I already have my brightener color on too, but when you get the right color and the correct, using a good brush, it makes a difference. And I've never used a brush like this before in my life. I think they are some of the best I have ever used. And they have a 1-year warranty, so. All right, so I'm gonna go up here, and all I'm doing is I'm touching the places that would just be my foundation right now. What we call foundation, it's the highlighter. And I'm using the color Sandy right now. That's what I'm using because I have a little bit of tan. So you just wanna get that blended in. And then I'm going to take this brush right here. This is the multitasker, which I absolutely love. I think this is a must-have because I want to blend around my eyes and I want to give me that lift. That's why you see that brightener going up. I'm just going to tap. You're not going to pull. This is a very sensitive area, so you just tap in and you're just placing it in place, and you're just blending all that in and giving that illusion of the lift, which I love. For mature eyes, you don't want to go right under that eye. You want to go right here, okay? And I've already used a little Frenchie to camouflage a little bit of my blue this morning. Sometimes I have red, sometimes I have blue. All right, once I do that, then I go to the other side and I do the very same thing. This probably takes the longest because you want to get this right, because what people are going to see is this T-zone. And that's what, the three-dimensional, which are 3 colors, I use 4 sometimes. It just depends on what look I want. I've been playing. So you just want to get that in there. Let me get a little bit more. And you notice I'm not going swooping into that eye because that eye is very delicate, but I do want a little color right here in the center of this, my face, which is your brightening area, like I said. So then I take this and I do take that up. Then I take this is the detail and the buff brush. No, the detail brush, yeah. But on the other end, it's got a fluffier, lighter brush. And so I'm just gonna tap all that in. I'm just gonna make sure all that is blended, okay? I love this brush. I love that these brushes are 2-ended too, by the way, because you get more for your money. This brush I think is $36, and you get 2 brushes in one, which is a really good deal, especially since they are they have a 1-year warranty on them. So now I'm going to go in. I'm going to make sure that all this is right. I'm going to come in and I'm going to hit my. You're going up with your contour. Contour looks a little dark when you first put it on, but once you get everything blended. With your brushes, I do not use, this is not a blender for me, this is a perfector. I have tried to use what they call the beauty blender to blend my makeup, and it never worked. I mean, I bought the $20 ones, I bought the $3 ones, and nothing ever worked. So you're just putting that in, it's like a little dome. You're creating a little shadow to shadow your face. No matter if you have a long forehead or a short forehead, this is really, really easy to do. So on your neck, this is what gives that 3D dimension too. You're going to come in here and you're going to blend that down, okay? Because there's most of us have a spot right there. I'm not blending there, but just right here. I need a little bit more. And that's the beauty about it. These products, they last forever. And they are really, really, they're creamy. They feel amazing. Yesterday, a couple of days ago, I went to do a color match. I know. And one of my friends said, okay, it's the perfect color, where she lives somewhere else. So I said, okay. So I went and got a sample of her perfect color. And I don't see how I ever wore liquid foundation. I just do not see how I did it. Then I take that perfector, and this perfector is not wet, not damp. It's got a little bit of moist to it. And I just take it and I dab. And what you're doing there is you're barely pressing all over to make sure if there's any excess color, whoops, if there's any excess color, I wonder where that went off. It will take it off so that you don't have anything in those lines and creases, because that's what we want to get away from, especially at our age. So you're just tapping just a little, and I do have a little bit, so I did use a little bit too much, and that's another thing I love. Is this will tell the story. This will teach you how to apply this makeup, because if you use too much, you just dab it off. So now I'm going to go in with my blush brush, which I love it. I'm going to use this end for my blush. I am using Frenchy. No, I'm not using Frenchy. Yep, I'm using Sunset, Desert Sunset. I like a little bit of coral, and I'm just kind of rolling that up. Okay, just rolling that up. And that, by the way, I had already done my eyes. So you just put that where you put the blush, right here on your cheek, on top of your cheekbone. Your contour goes right below it, okay? So don't forget that. So just blend in. So then I take this in and I just kind of fluff it in, because you're not pressing, you're just fluffing. I love that. I don't like, personally, a lot of blush just popping out. I just do not like that. And I'm going to go in. Well, first off, I'm going to put a little bit of contour under my, I'm going to give myself a little lip flip, and I like to call it, underneath. Put a little bit under there just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to figure out why this thing's not coming on. Okay, so I'm going to put on, this is the same colored cheek that I use for my for my lips and cheek. So I love it, because you can have 4 or 5 of these tins is all that you need. The last thing I do is I give my eye a lift, and I take my brightener color. This is my palette. If you want to see my palette, this is my brightener color. I use this, and I also have been using some Moonlit. I'm liking Moonlit. So this is my brightener. This is my brightener. This is my foundation color. This is my contour color. And Aspen, I had some red patches today, so I color corrected with red. So I'm going to go into my brightener color, which is Aura, and I'm going to give myself a little eye lift. I've already done my eyeshadow, so you barely tap that into your brush, and into your product, and then you just barely put that like that. And you're going up and then down. You're giving the illusion of that lift, okay? And then I go right there. And then I go a little bit more there. And then I take that detail brush, this end of the detail brush, and I just blend it in to make sure everything's blended. And that kind of, look at the difference in this eye and this eye. Kind of gives you that lift. I'll be honest with you, I've used all these brushes. I've not been able to use another. I've tried to use another brush to get this this particular part of the application on the eye. There's not one. I also like it because it has this end on it, and whenever I have a little dot, I can go in and dot things I need to take care of. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to bring that down, and I'm going to bring that down. So it's kind of like an upside down V, and it just gives the illusion of a lift. So as you can tell. And then I'm going to go back in with that detail brush, and I'm going to blend that in, just so. Okay? And I'm going to make sure everything looks good. I need to blend over here a little bit more. And I'm going to put a little bit of illuminator on the top of my cheek. I think that's beautiful. I love that when I see, you can tell when you see somebody has a little illuminator on, because their top of their cheeks are glowing. You just pat that in and pat that in. And then I'm just going to come back And I'm going to blend this in a little bit more. Pop up. And that's it. I'm ready for the day. That took all of less than probably 5 minutes. It would take you less probably because you're not talking. But as I'm talking, I'm teaching. So I do have a little bit of my contour here. And it just kind of gives you the illusion of a little bit of smaller nose, which is what I need. So I hope this has helped y'all with the hack, which is highlight and contour. When you hear us talk about hack, the Saint Beauty hack, that's what that means. These are our highlighters. Okay, your colors are your foundations or your highlighters and your brighteners. And this is one of your contours. I have 2 contour colors in here right now, Astoria and Olive, but I use Olive the most. So in saying that, I hope that helps. It's a beautiful Saturday here in Alabama. Just keep in mind, if you want any of these products, let me know. I'm going to post the information to get your color match, which that is so important. You've got to get color matched because you want it to be right. If it's not right, you're going to see your pores. You're going to see it's just not going to blend correctly. So, oh, I forgot to do one thing. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to pull this up a little. I just saw I need to do that. So you're going to pull that up just a little in that in your contour, just a little bit in that. So as you're going through the day, you can check things out. And that's another thing I love too. You can just spot check if you need to. This cream is so versatile and so giving that you're going to love this, especially if you've been using a liquid foundation, especially if it is a water base or a silicone base. I'm telling you, I could not believe when I put that swatch of color on my arm and I compared it, the little swatch of the just kind of rolled off. I was like, well, no wonder, because we've been placing our makeup on top of our face instead of the cream. The cream gets into your face, and the longer you wear it during the day, it just conforms to your face. I can't explain it. You know, my friend Jane tried to tell me, and I was like, what? No way. And she's like, yes. She said, I'm telling you, it is. And I will go back and put a little bit of eyeliner, lip liner. And by the way, you can use this on your eyes. Anything cream you can use anywhere on your face. And I love that too. The point of the makeup is getting your color right. So I'll put that on there if you want a color match. It's free and it's kind of fun. You get to look at your veins. You get to check out your coloring. And then the second thing are the brushes and the perfectors. So you can get started for minimal, and these last forever. My friend asked me yesterday when I did her makeup, she said, well, what happens when I change colors? I said, well, since December, I've changed 3 times because I go into, you know, I'm more pale in the winter, and then March, April, I go to a little bit of darker, and then June, I'm dark. June, July, I'm darker. So these tins are $14 each, and you just pop the tin out and put it back in its little pouch and then put the tin you're using. So I love that. So these tins should last you at least 3 months using it every single day, if not longer. That's on the highlight. On your contour, probably about the same. I don't know. I'll tell you what, I've had these since June the 3rd, and I have used, I have done, I don't know how many now. I really do not know how many in persons I've done, but I've used that, and I've placed with my fingers. And then, of course, the brush cleaner, which smells amazing. It's also a sanitizer, and it kills germs. So in between, I've always done that just to let y'all know. So anyway, this is really, really good stuff. But if you have any questions, inbox me, text me, whatever. I would love to show you how this works. Y'all, thank y'all for joining me this morning. I hope you have a fabulous Saturday.